Hey everybody, Jocelyn Mozak here. So I wanted to hop on and share my experiences within Her2. Um, as always, the disclaimer is it's my experience, right? Your mileage may vary. Here's hoping your mileage is even better than mine. My history, I am hormone receptor negative, Her2 positive, stage 2 at 33, stage 2 againish at, 42. And then last year, 44 became stage 4 with the metastases to the brain and to my sternum. So for my primary cancers, I did TCHP and then finished the year on Herceptin. So that's kind of that experience. So when I kind of give you my responses, that is my history and experiencing what chemo feels like, what different things feel like. So TCHP is, a broad spectrum chemo, right? So it really it knocks you down. And since then, since becoming stage 4, I've also tried tucatinib, Xeloda, and Herceptin. Xeloda, I had a lot of issues with my feet. And actually, after a couple months, they pulled me off of it. They tried to keep me on tucatinib, but my liver would not tolerate it. So they pulled me off tucatinib, and they were going to put me on Kadcyla when the release came out that Enhertu is now preferred over Kadcyla. And so that's what they put me on. I have had, I believe, only 2 cycles. I had my first cycle at full dosage. They gave me steroids with the treatment. And, I would say, and this is honesty. It was the first time since 2 years ago when I was on TCHP that I felt like a cancer patient again. That cycle of every 3 weeks getting knocked down. Now, did it knock me down like TCHP? No. But was it like this low grade, I feel like crap? Yeah. So it wasn't like losing your taste buds and you're bald and like all the stuff, thrush and whatever, GI, like all the shit we've dealt with, anyone who's done that. But it was, probably I had it on a Monday. On like Thursday, I don't think I left my bedroom. I was dealing with some nausea. I was dealing with headaches. I did lose weight, but that was more because I didn't want to eat. So I've just had to be intentional about making sure I eat. I'm someone who has a low blood pressure and low resting heart rate. I think this is making that a little bit worse. So I run into issues of just not feeling completely, like everything feels up here. So a headache on either side here. And I just feel like if I look up or down to up, I change positions, I'm sensitive to it. My heart rate goes up, I'm sensitive to it. I was at the dentist once and they put your head below your heart. That was not cool. And so I'd say I feel my worst about 4 days out, but it probably takes me, half the cycle to feel like, okay, I think I can pretend I'm normal. The other thing is I have trouble with a sort of mental focus. So it's the headache. It's why can't I seem to have the stamina? I'm not sleepy, but I can't seem to do anything with it. I've been playing with some stuff, working on more IV hydration, hydration in general. With my low blood pressure, I'm finding eating a pickle a day makes me feel better. So really, as in round 2, so the second round, they actually reduced my dose because my white blood cell count after the first round wasn't high enough. So that was something that happened with me. My hair's been thinning. It's here, but it's thinning, which is annoying. It's just kind of one of those actually, I will say it's tapered off, so let's hope it stops. But I was getting really sick of shedding. But yeah, I'm playing with figuring out what I need. I was feeling kind of weird the other day and not good. And I went out and got myself ramen, like really good ramen. And I inhaled it. It's like, I drank my salt shaker and I felt so good all of a sudden. So I don't know if I've got something going on with my mineral sodium balance. In conjunction with all this, I'm finding my way. So the second round, because my white blood cells weren't as high enough to give me a full dose, they said, do you want to defer a week or do you want to just do a reduced dose? And my oncologist's suggestion was the reduced dose because, as we all know, this is all kind of like guessing based on, we have this data point and this data point from the trial, and all the measurements in between, we don't really know what enough is enough. And so my doctor said, we find over time, a lot of times a smaller dose is good enough. So I went with the smaller dose. So I go in again, next Monday. So I'm on my last hurrah week of feeling my best. And I'm working towards figuring out my own, having grace, getting through this, realizing I'm not getting off this train. And I will say it's been hard. It's been hard feeling, again, as I said, a bit like a cancer patient. Like, it's one thing to say I have 6 rounds and I'm done. It's another to say I can't just stick my head in the sand and fight through this like I used to, because the fight doesn't have an end date. So instead of digging deep and being like a bulldozer, I'm a type A bulldozer, I'm having to say, how can I realize I might need to sleep more, or realize I just need to sit and watch the birdies, and I need to kind of maybe be okay with that. Because if I just push through, my body can't heal, and this has to be sustainable. And that's a big shift with being stage 4, right? We shift to sustainable versus crisis. So I hope that helps. I hope it's useful. There's also, someone mentioned a Facebook group. It's like most things. Some people think this is the worst thing they've ever been on in their life. Others think it's like a walk in the park. Everyone's mileage will vary. But like, I was having headache issue. Oh, nausea. I haven't dealt much with nausea, but I have found the anti-nausea meds help with that kind of headache thing. So while I may feel it in my temples, I really don't know what it is in my tract. I do have issue with constipation with this. I've been living on prunes, so that's been that. So just be aware. And so, it's probably all related. I just haven't figured out my formula to minimize my side effects. And I'm actually hoping my doctor lets me stay at the lower dose, because part of this is all quality of life. And I'm doing the Coleman 60-mile walk, and I have to feel alive to want to be and work this hard to stay alive. So for me, that means being able to live. Maybe not the same way, but somewhere in the middle has to be a happy ground, and I'm working towards finding that. All right, friends. Again, hope this helps. Bye.